Nsppd all over the world. Of a truth, what God cannot do does not exist. I am here to testify of the mercy of God. I am here to testify that truly there is fire in the altar of Nsppd. The God of instant miracle came true for me. My son was diagnosed with brain cancer last year, August 2020. And a surgery was organized. They did a surgery instantly because his case was like an emergency, because the tumor has blocked the fluid going to the back of his spine, and because of that, there were a lot of fluid all over his head. He couldn't concentrate, he couldn't walk, he couldn't see very well, clearly, you know, all the symptoms that come with it. My son had it at the age of 3. So a surgery was organized for him instantly, so the tumor they can see if they can take the tumor out, if they can take the cancer out. So after the surgery went well, the surgery went successfully. After the surgery, the doctor called me in and explained the kind of cancer that he had. They said it was epidoma, and that this kind of cancer, if it comes back the second time, it's a death penalty. There is no treatment for it. They made me understand how it is very difficult for them to treat it if it comes back. Okay, fast forward to the treatment. November, he had the treatment. He had a 6-week radiotherapy treatment after the surgery. A friend of mine sent me this Nsppd link. I've been getting the link on my WhatsApp, but I don't follow it. But on this fateful day, a friend of mine sent it through my Facebook Messenger, and I opened it. I said, let me really see what this is. I opened it. I saw how Pastor Jerry, Pastor Ugoro, Mommy Ena, I saw the fire in them. I saw the way they were praying with so much passion in them, and so that made me fall in love. You know, that made me draw close and say, how can I be alive and don't know that a thing like this is going on in Nigeria, you know? So immediately I put my phone on alarm. I started following, because at that time in my life, I needed the face of God like never before, you know? I started following in November, December. They sent an appointment letter for him to come over for a scan, that they want to see the area where he had the treatment. They just want to see how it looks, you know, so that they will know if there was a side effect or not, or if there was anything they need to be worried about, you know. Pastor Jerry, lo and behold, in December 18th, we went for this scan, and lo and behold, they called me in on January 5th to come back so they can explain this scan to me. Lo and behold, we went there, and the doctors were telling me it's like the tumor was back, Pastor Jerry. My life almost crumbled. They said they saw something, but they are not sure of what it is, but they are going to let me know. They're going to give him 2 months to stay and see if what they think it is, if the cancer they think is back. So come February, where the appointment was organized for him, February 23rd, we went there. Before I left the house, I've prayed with Pastor Jerry. The testimonies that comes out from that altar is mind-blowing. I key into them, especially the lady that said they took the sister's son to the hospital for surgery, and the surgery was cancelled. Come on the 23rd, we went there for the scan result. Lo and behold, Pastor Jerry, it broke my heart when the doctor explained to me that this tumor is still there. So now they are believing that it's a tumor. They are believing that it's the cancer that came back. My life crumbled. I cried because I have seen God do miraculous things in that altar. I've seen God change people's life. The most painful part about it is that every time I wake up at 6 a.m., my son always wake up with me to pray, because his speech delay, is not talking, he's not acting, his development is very slow. You know, a lot of things is going on with him from gave birth to him to this moment. I came home, they organized another surgery, a second brain surgery for him, Pastor Jerry. They said I should be expecting the worst, that they know that this is the tumor that came back. And I already know that if it's the tumor that came back, I already know what I'm up against. I already know that there's no treatment for it this second time. It's going to be very hard for it to be treated, Pastor Jerry. So they asked us to come to the hospital on the 11th of March, so that he can be operated on the 12th of March. On the 11th, we went to the hospital. On the 12th in the morning, they came in. The surgeons came in to explain to me. They said to me that it was the part that they've opened before, that they are going to open again. That this surgery is going to take them like 3 to 4 hours. So after the surgeons have explained all these things to me and said that's what they are going to do, I just asked him a question. I said, are you going to do a scan for him before you operate on him? They said no. They said no to me, that the scan that they have is pretty recent. It's just a recent scan. So on the 12th of that morning, when we were praying in the Nsppd link before the surgery, you know, when Pastor Jerry will say, woman of God, prophesy, You know how he will say, Mommy Eno, prophesy. That's how he now said, Mommy, woman of God, prophesy. Mommy Eno now started prophesying, Pastor Jerry. Mommy Eno now started calling names on the 12th of March. I'm telling you, Mommy Eno now started calling names. That I call you forth. This one I call you forth. That one I call you forth. He want to, Mommy Eno want to now end it. Mommy Eno now said, Asad, I call you forth. Mommy Eno started praying for those names that he called. She said, whatever your name is, I call you forth. But there was a name. My son's name was called. After that morning, Nsppd fire prayer in the morning, I took the Holy Communion, I rubbed it on him. They've given him his surgical gown already for him to wear. They took him away from me and went for surgery. I was surprised. They told me the surgery is going to be 3 to 4 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. They've not brought my son back to me. I was worried. I said, what is going on? Before we came to the hospital on the 11th, the doctor has already warned me already and said I should not call them for the results. I should wait on them. The result usually comes out 10 working days after the surgery. Pastor Jerry, 10 working days. And this surgery took place on the Friday on the 12th of March. So on Monday on the 15th, after I prayed with the Nsppd league, everything, I was surprised when the doctor came to me, Pastor Jerry. The doctor walked into me and said, Blessing, I have a good news for you. I said, you have a good news for me? What is it? He said, we didn't find anything. Pastor Jerry! He said, they didn't find anything. I said, what do you mean you didn't find anything? I saw it with my 2 eyes. I said, what do you mean you didn't see anything? He said there was nothing. They opened the same spot where they found the tumor because the way they said they were going to do it before, God has confused them. They didn't see anything through there. So they now had to open him direct on where the tumor is. Still, they said they didn't see anything, Pastor Jerry. They said to me that they didn't see anything. I said, okay, the thing that I saw in the scan, what is that? They said it's nothing, that they didn't see it, that they didn't see it again. Pastor Jerry, he said they didn't see it again. He said Asad is very okay. Asad is very okay. That my son Asad is very okay. I'm here to tell you that there is God in this fire altar. I am here to tell you that what God cannot do does not exist. They said to me on Monday, they said the result was going to come back in 2 weeks' time. But God of sudden miracle, he answered me earlier than expected. They came to me and said there is nothing. The Asad is free. The Asad is cancer free. That there is no cancer. That there is no tumor. Pastor Jerry, thank you. Mommy Eno, thank you. Pastor Ugoro, thank you. God will bless you people for me. As I say hi to all my Nsppd. Hi. Thank you, Pastor Jerry. Bye. Mama. Hi. Bye.